Hey, this is Dina. I won't be before any of you long. Unfortunately, I think. Hey, this is Dina. I won't be before you long. I've been meaning to post this for like the past week, so I'm tired, but I said I'm gonna get it done today. Anyways, hope everybody is good. Um, the quarantine times continue. As you can see, my hair, I told my stylist, my hair lady, I'm like, I had to put in the prison braids today. I had to take my crochet out and put in the braids because it was time. But then it's like, now I don't want to wash my hair. So here we are with the cornrow braids. So, anyways, thank God for replays. I just wanted to share something that I get often. I have my notes here. 7 things I was just kind of listing. They're in no particular order, but things that you should stop doing with your resume. I think in this time, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out of jobs or losing jobs or maybe even looking for jobs. And so I think resumes and interviews and all of that are always relevant. And so I just wanted to list some things that I get asked a lot because I look at a lot of resumes. People ask me to review resumes a lot to help put resumes together. And so, I would say since high school. Since high school, I've been doing that and being asked that. So I just thought I would share what I have as 7 things that I think you should stop doing to with your resumes to make yourself more marketable and to make your resume stand out. So number one, updating it only when you're looking for a job. So we all do it. I've also done it, but the best time to update your resume is not just when you're looking for a job opportunity. Um, your resume should be a living document that you edit as you have special projects, as you get promotions, as you do lateral moves, as you work on, I don't know if I just said it, special projects, as you learn new skills, you should be updating your resume. So I have on my calendar, I have a quarterly review of my resume, internal and external. So every quarter, I like to spend 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes looking at my resume, updating anything that's relevant. Especially if you've been in a job for more than a couple of years, you want to look at it and update it to show that maybe your skills have improved or that you've done more with your job, etc. So don't just wait till, oh, hey, I'm looking for a job. Now I need to edit my resume because when people come to me with that, it feels rushed and they're really under pressure and they feel like um, why and how they're looking at the resume is a little bit skewed. So number two, copying and pasting what you've seen online. I think I see this the most. So, all of us have done it. We Google the best marketing resume, the best data analytics resume, the best, resumes that get you jobs, templates that get you jobs. And although those are good starting points, you don't want to just take what someone else's resume is and use that. Okay. um, they're a good place to start, but you really have to personalize it to what it is you do, what it is you've done, what makes you marketable. So don't just copy and paste, because you can tell when people copy and paste, or I can tell when people copy and paste because it sounds very cookie cut. And your resume shouldn't be cookie cut. It should be a personalized recipe for, hey, this is Dina. This is the type of worker, the type of skills I have, the type of work I do. So use it as a starting point, but then really personalize it for what it is you do. So number three, not using numbers and figures. I've looked at a lot of resumes and it's like there's no showing of impact. I'm not saying numbers and figures are the only way to show impact, but it's like, did you improve something by a certain percentage? Did you improve it by points? Did you improve it by dollars? Did you improve it by calls you receive? Did you improve by how many clients you get? It's good to have numbers and figures to show what you've done, because otherwise it's like you're just an employee, you're just kind of doing the bare minimum. But even in the bare minimum, let's say your job is to send out a monthly report to your manager every month. You can say how you've consistently shared updates and insights from your work to your manager every week for 52 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So that it's very specific. It really shows, hey, this is what you've done and this is the skill. You're consistent. If you've done it 52 weeks, that means you've done it every single week or every month. Sorry, I use months. So let me go back. Let's say you've said you've done a monthly report, 12 reports in the year. So you're showing that you're consistent. You're showing that you're sharing insights. And so it kind of shows how you work, you know. And so make sure you're using numbers. If you work in sales, you should have no issue using numbers, engineering, math. I mean, any of those type of jobs, you shouldn't have any issue sharing about how you improve something. I'm trying to think. If you work in customer support, the number of calls you take, how quickly you resolve issues. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, I worked for a call center in high school, and I'm trying to think of what were kind of those metrics. How many dollars you get back from calling people to ask to donate to the college. Whatever it is, you can find a number figure to show that, hey, this is what I do and this is how I do it. Okay. So again, the first one was updating your resume only when you're looking. 2 is copying and pasting what you've seen online. And 3 is not using numbers and figures. So number 4, something you should stop doing is downplaying or exaggerating what you did. So I think it's hard for some of us to talk about what we do in a, hey, this is the value I bring to the team, or this is the value I bring to a project or a company. So you don't want to downplay it. If you had a special role, if you got chosen for something, if you initiated something, if you truly led something, you want to really highlight those things. But at the same time, again, this is just basic. So, I mean, don't take offense if this is your role, but if you pick up mail every day from your office mail center, don't flower it up to make it seem like you're doing something that you're not doing. It should be simple and clear. So you're not simply lying on what you've done and what role you played. The reason I say that is because one, it's just not a good place to start with your resume. But 2, your resume is a build up to what you're going to talk about in the interview. So if you write it in your resume and they ask you about it in the interview, you're not going to have a good, clear example of how you brought value to that thing. So don't underplay what you've done, but again, don't also over exaggerate what you've done. All right, number 5. This is quick and simple. Taking up more than one page. My simple tip is just don't do it. The people who I've seen get away with this is people who are in research, like do intense research, and people who have their PhDs. You just don't need more than one page to put your resume together. You can do great work, you can do all of that, but your resume really should be one page. Argue with your career counselor if they told you something different, but it really should be one page. What I will say is if you can lead people to a LinkedIn, if you can lead people to a website that's an expanded resume where you really break out your project specifically or highlight more of the type of work you do, I would do that. But for your resume that you turn in for a job, just keep it one page. Okay. Number 6. Not catering to the job you're applying for. This ties into why some people's resumes are 2 pages or 3 pages. You don't have to list every single job you've had since high school or every single job you've had in college. Look at what job you're applying for and pull out the jobs that highlight the skills or the progression that you've had throughout the years in a certain skill or in a certain area. Okay. So if you had an internship, let's say you're applying to be an HR specialist. You had an internship in high school that was in HR at an insurance company. Then you went and worked HR for a few semesters in college. And then you went and did something in marketing. And then let's say you worked at Chick-fil-A for a little bit. And then you did some babysitting. And then you just happened to work at a gas station. You don't need the gas station. You don't need the Chick-fil-A. You don't, I mean, unless something HR specific was in that role, just cater what jobs you highlight to what job you're trying to get. Okay. This isn't hey, this is all the work Dina has done page. This is what can I highlight about Dina and what I'm applying for that shows that I'm fit for this job. Okay. So just make sure that you're not just listing out jobs to list out jobs. And then number 7, not looking it over. It's simple. But like I said, I do a lot of editing resumes. And a lot of it is just reviewing spelling, reviewing grammar, reviewing how you've said stuff, just taking a look at it. And that ties back into reviewing your resume, not just when it's time to get a job. Okay. So yeah, those are the things that I wanted to highlight. I'm trying to see. Okay. I just want to see something. Those are the things I want to highlight for you to stop doing to your resume today. Okay. I'm going to say them again. Updating your resume only when you're looking, copying and pasting what you've seen online and not personalizing it, not using numbers and figures to highlight your value, downplaying or exaggerating what you've done in your roles, taking more than one page, not catering your jobs that you highlight to the job that you're trying to get, and then not looking it over, not reviewing and editing your resume. So that's it. Like I said, that's what I had, 7 points. I almost did 8, but I was like, you know what? These are the main ones that I get. So I just want to highlight that for you guys. And like I said, I want to do this last week. I thought about it every day, and then, something would come up or I'd get busy. So unfortunately, this later time just works best because baby girl is asleep. It's quiet. It's just a wind down time. And so hopefully that is helpful for you. If you have any questions about resumes or reviewing or editing, definitely let me know or put the questions in the comments, and maybe I'll come and do another live about whatever people are curious about or looking to improve in. All right. Have a blessed night. Bye.